In this video, I'll be showing you the exact modern cold email outreach process that helped us build a $200K a year sales pipeline and how to close high-value clients on autopilot. Let's get started. Hey there, my name is Veeti, and in this video, I'll be showing you on how you can get started succeeding with modern cold outreach, how to get leads, how to send emails on autopilot, and most importantly, how you can close more sales every month. I've been an entrepreneur now for over 5 years. I built a software development outsourcing agency in Finland to $200K of annual recurring revenue at 21 years old. And more recently, I've been building a new sales tech startup that raised over $300K of pre-seed funding. For pretty much my entire entrepreneurship career, me and my team have relied on cold outreach, and we've made roughly half of our sales through it. We've sent tens of thousands of personalized emails every month and found the best ways of increasing conversions and securing more sales from every lead list. In this video, I'll be showing you how to get started with cold outreach, because when we started selling our new video automation tool, Mailmu, we realized many of our new users were not up to speed on modern cold email outreach and methods and the software that's usually used. My goal here is to share my knowledge in order to help you and our users succeed at their own business by enabling them to do more sales and book more meetings every month. I've built several cold email outreach pipelines over the last few years, and if you're not already into cold outreach, I can highly suggest you watch this video through in its entirety if you have not already set up your cold outreach pipeline yet. You're probably missing out on tens of thousands or even hundreds of thousands of euros of extra revenue a year. Now, let's get started with the video. What is cold outreach and what you're missing out on if you don't do it? In sales, your job is to garner leads into your sales pipeline. Your possible clients are usually called leads. Your sales pipeline represents the stages of consideration of your leads. The leads in your pipeline can be split into a couple of different categories. For example, qualified, message sent, or meeting booked. You can get more leads into your cold outreach pipeline by doing cold outreach, which means contacting previously unknown businesses and their decision makers in the pursuit of trying to sell your own service. People may also talk about warm contacts. That basically means when the business or decision maker has also somehow been made aware previously of you through social media marketing or referral from a friend. Modern cold outreach has been supercharged by AI. With the right modern tools, you're now able to contact thousands or even tens of thousands of people and businesses every month at extremely low costs. Having the right tool is not enough, however. You also need to have great sales skills, great sales message, great sales strategy, and the right target audience in order to maximize your results. We're going to be diving into all of these later in the video. How does modern cold outreach work, and how can I start doing it? Cold outreach has got quite advanced in the last couple of years with the advent of more advanced email sending automation tools, advanced lead databases, sales signal providers, and lead data enrichment services. It may sound like quite complicated, but the rough framework of how people use the tools is simple, and it's the following. First, you have a way of gathering leads into an Excel sheet file through a lead data service, for example, Apollo.io, or some other regional B2B data provider. Then, you'll have an advanced automated sending service such as Instantly.ai or Smartly.ai. Then, you have a CRM or some other place where you can gather your qualified leads, their notes, catch-ups, and where you can mark the leads either won or lost depending on what happened to them in the pipeline. So with these, you now have a way of gathering thousands of leads, sending emails, and storing their data. Setting these services up is quite easy and shouldn't take you very long. They're all very affordable, self-service SaaS products. Once you've got a CRM and a service where you can get leads from, you can then start setting up the email sending service that you're going to use. Here's how you can set up your cold email outreach pipeline and start sending emails. To start off, you'll need to buy a couple of domains which will be used to send email from. Domains can be bought from different services, for example, GoDaddy or Namecheap. If you're planning on using your own website's domain, it's not recommended, as you should use separate sending domains for the cold email, so that you don't accidentally reduce your own regular email addresses sending reputation. After you know which domains you're going to be sending emails from, we need to set up the sending service, for example, Instantly.ai or Smartly.ai. Email sending services like Instantly and Smartly basically enable you to send thousands of personalized messages without landing in spam. They enable this by warming up the inboxes, by mimicking conversations between users in emails in order to build a good sender reputation. Since if you create a new email address and start sending hundreds of messages from it, it will be easily labeled as a spam account by Microsoft and Google's email spam systems. So you need to use these advanced email sending services. The technical setup for these warm-up systems and services is not that hard and has been made quite easy to do. In the sending tool, you can connect your domain that you bought manually, or you can use their easy setup with Google Workspaces and Gmail, which is very recommended. Setting up your domain with Gmail is easy, and it's going to only require a couple of domain records to be added. Domain records basically tell the email server how to route traffic and how the emails are sent the right way. The DNS records are also there to authenticate you as the actual sender. In the domain records, you'll need to set up something called an SPF record, a DKIM record, and a DMARC record. These help your email addresses get verified and ensure that you're the owner of the domain that you're sending email from. After you've connected the domain manually or used the automatic setup, you can then authorize instantly and smartly to use your Google accounts. Let's dive into inbox warm-up in more detail. When emails are sent between addresses, they travel through the internet and between email servers. The recipient email servers keep track of which sending servers are sending emails and how many they're sending at a time. They also scan through messages using spam filters to block out actual nefarious emails, for example, phishing emails that are designed to steal your passwords. Now these are bad, but sometimes your actual emails for selling stuff also get caught in the mix. If you send too many emails too quickly from an email address that's new, you may trigger these spam filters. Warming up inboxes basically means that the sending service will start a conversation in the email little by little between its own domains. This basically means having a chat GDP from different email addresses create fake conversations between each other. So by doing this, the email address gets warmed up. You can send around 15 to 30 emails a day from one address. That may not sound very much, but if you want to send thousands of emails, the sending services support multiple domains and addresses, usually coupled with auto-rotation feature that basically sends the emails from different domains you've entered into the system. For example, we started off with 10 to 20 domains, then we moved on to closer to 100 and over, which then let us send emails at quite large volumes every day. You should never send cold email outreach from your primary domain. You don't want to clog up your primary domain with cold email outreach messages, and you don't also want to hurt the domain's sending reputation by accident. So for example, we use the domain mailmoo.io as our primary address. It's our website address, and we use it for actual business communication. And we've got auxiliary domains like getmailmoo.io, getmailmoo.ai, trymailmoo.io, and a bunch of others. We've also got multiple inboxes in each domain. You can come up with a lot of different permutations for your domain name and your email addresses, so you can have quite many inboxes in one domain. We made the domains reroute to our primary address, so if anyone decides to visit these addresses, they'll automatically be redirected to our homepage. Making small semantic changes to the domain name, as well as changing the domain ending, will enable you to come up with tens or even hundreds of different addresses, which can all be warmed up at once, so you can send hundreds or even thousands of emails a day. Warming up domains usually takes around 2 to 3 weeks. Properly done, you should do it for a while in order to build up a good sending reputation on the address you're planning on using. Your sales strategy and email templates. Now that your tools are set up, you need to arm yourself with words. Your cold emails will be sent to thousands of people, but they'll still need to sound natural and personal, because no one likes to read monotonous, robot-sounding template messages. Those are more than guaranteed to be left on read or end up in spam. Business decision makers get a lot of email, and everyone is always really busy. So you need to learn how to stand out in people's inboxes. This can be done in a variety of interesting ways using personalized titles, texts, and email content such as automated personalized videos. Usually the goal is to either get your recipient to sign up to your product or service, or get them into a calendar meeting where you can go into more detail about your service, and hopefully then close the sale at the end of the meeting. After your first message, it's quite typical that you send a catch-up message to those leads who haven't replied to the first email. This is called your email sequence, and you can build this out directly in your email sending tool. It can be quite long, and you can even send 3 or 4 catch-up messages if people don't respond. That's completely fine. Here are a couple of good templates we've achieved great results with. You may have noticed that some of the email templates contain strange characters. This is called spin tags. It's a way for email sending services to mix up the wording in each email. Using spin tags, there's less of a chance that your messages will be flagged as spam, especially if you're sending a lot of them. Standing out in inboxes can also be done with personalized content, like videos and slideshows. I've actually built a tool for this myself at my second company, Mailmoo. With Mailmoo, you can create thousands of personalized videos and slideshow presentations for your leads automatically. Record one video template and Mailmoo will personalize to all of your leads. Leads can book meetings directly from personalized landing pages that are automatically generated for each lead. Videos and slideshows can be combined for hyper-personalized sales experiences, but they can also be sent separately in different stages of your sequence to make your lead sales experience unlike anything else. With your messages and content created, you can now start sending out messages to your leads. But since you're sending out possibly thousands of messages a month, how do you keep track of them all? Keeping track and processing your pipeline. Now that you've started sending emails, you're hopefully going to get your first replies and meetings shortly. Next up, you'll need a proper maintenance protocol for your pipeline. So how do you keep track of leads? This is where a CRM usually comes in. You can automatically push booked meetings to your CRM. Email sending services do keep track of these leads, but if you have multiple channels, you might need a separate CRM to connect all of these informations together. Good ones I've personally used are Pipedrive, Breakcold, and Notion. There's plenty of solutions out there. Pick and choose one that seems to be the best fit for you. After you secured meetings from your cold email outreach, we then use automatic note takers that automatically transcribe your meetings and then they get saved into the leads card in your CRM. This way, you're always up to date on what stage your lead is in the pipeline and what are the next steps for them. Also, if you're in a hurry, you start having a lot of meetings, you can quickly check up on what you've actually discussed with them and what you need to bring to the next meeting in order to get it right. In your CRM and sales pipeline, you usually have different stages: qualified, messages sent, meetings booked, meetings taken, and negotiations started. We have this all in Pipedrive. With these columns, you can be up to date on how much incoming revenue you're possibly going to be having from your pipeline, and then you can also track the different conversion percentages from the different stages. So that's it. That's how you set up and start using cold email outreach in your own day-to-day life. Hopefully this video was insightful and valuable for you. If it was, please leave a like rating and subscribe for more outreach content. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments down below. If you want to get started with video outreach, you can go to mailmoo.io or book a meeting with us. Thank you very much for watching and see you in the next video.